learned is definitely don't be surprised if your ideas don't end up being yours. You come up with something, don't be in love with it because it'll change 3 or 4 times, and then when it finally comes to fruition, if it comes to fruition, it might end up being somebody else's idea, and sometimes you have to just live with that, which is frustrating. But I've learned that as long as some of the things I've put into place are happening, it shouldn't matter who takes the credit. So that's one of them. And then, kind of as an advice thing, I would say, and not necessarily just because climbing the ladder, but I guess just in life in general. I mean, I am not often one to wait for invitations. So if somebody says, well, I'm not involved because nobody's invited me, or I wasn't called to the table, or they didn't include me in that decision, I would say don't always wait for the invitation. Don't overstep if you can. But sometimes you need to bring your own chair to the table.
I would suggest that women, specifically women, would look at a job posting, and if they see that they can fulfill 70% of what that job requires, that they go for it. Many times women want to check every single box and don't realize that they have enough with their 70%, and the piece that they're not sure about yet, with questions and growth and learning, they're entirely capable of accomplishing it.
I think the one thing that I've learned the most is go in and be proud of who you are, and don't necessarily look at anybody as, man or woman. There are a lot of meetings I go into and it's all men, but they're just people. And I just go in and I know what I know, and I'm confident in what I know, and I don't take no for an answer. Sometimes they don't like to hear it from a woman, but you know what? This is what we're going to do because this is the right thing. Sometimes they have to think outside the box too. So, and I would say for anybody who's aspiring to be a leader, be passionate about what you do. You have to have that passion, because when you have that passion, it doesn't matter, if you're a male or a female. All it matters is that passion is coming through. And this industry is phenomenal. I mean, to have passion, to the love for our kids, and to help protect them and keep them safe, as well as we get to be teachers and leaders to all the bus drivers and everything as well. So I just, be true to who you are and don't let anybody change that.
I think the biggest lesson that I've learned as a professional in pupil transportation is to grab on to those that have done it longer than you. I myself have many mentors, and they kind of paved the way for me to be successful in my career, to get to where I am today in the last 20 years. I think that there are a litany of people that are willing to help. That's the one thing that I love about this profession. People are so willing to help, and things are ever evolving and changing. So it's very important that not only as women, but as professionals, that we stay abreast of all of the ongoing new technology, latest and greatest ways to do things. And my advice to them would be also to seek professional certification as well. I think the biggest thing that I learned along the way was from being in rooms with those individuals from all across the nation in different settings, networking, and gaining friends that I still have now after nearly 2 decades of time being in this industry. Those are my 2 greatest things that I would say have made me most successful, and that I would recommend for others as well.
I believe the greatest lesson that I've learned, and I'm not so sure if it's much of a lesson or something that I just remind myself, because when we deal with hardships or employees who may not be comfortable with change, and at the point to where if we get there and they still don't understand, or even dealing with a difficult parent, I just remind myself that rotten fruit falls by itself. And so, if they want to excel elsewhere, then so be it. But I'm always here to support the individuals, and it takes time to learn that. But I always remind myself that no matter how nice you can be to somebody, how much training that you can do, that rotten fruit naturally will fall by itself. And the greatest advice to kind of counteract that, dealing with sometimes rotten fruit that we don't like, is that your work ethic should always outshine any false rumor, anything that is your greatest integrity that you have is your work ethic. And so that's kind of my motto that I live by and that I tell myself every day is, doesn't matter what does my work ethic say about me.